guys, today's a different setup, but don't worry, it's gonna be different next week too. Today, I wanted to just kind of do a PSA kind of in a way. For those of you who do actually know me, I used to be a cashier. There's some things that the customers just don't know, that they are not aware of themselves doing, and they do it and they just come off as either mean or rude or annoying, and I feel like I should make a video for the customers because I've seen so many videos where cashiers make just ranting videos, but I wanted this to be kind of helpful in a way, and so that people are more aware of themselves, and I feel like they just need to know who they are and that they just either need to stop doing it or just improve on it and not try to do it so much. I don't know. This is sort of just a public service announcement of what customers should be more aware of and what they should do and what they should not do when approaching a cashier or any employee for that matter who works in retail. So let's get on with it. Okay, let me just start out with this. I've discussed this with many other employees, and it is, the customer is not always right. People who say that the customer is always right have obviously never worked in retail before, because if you actually worked in retail before or in any customer service field at all, you would know that's not necessarily true. I know that we should have that mindset that the customer should be right in a way, just so that we don't start arguments with them, and we should not disagree with them all the time. But there are times when the customer is genuinely not right. Moving on. I don't know why. Here's the thing. It's when my light is on. When I say my light, I mean like the lit up number above my head. When my light is on, it means I am open. It means I will service you. It means I am here for you to check out your item. I will always have people who will ask me, are you open? Or either that, or they'll line up in the registers next to me, they'll line up in their lines and start creating long lines, but they don't see my register for some reason. I'm short, I will admit that, I am short, I mean it's a fact. I'm short, and people will always make up the excuse, oh, I just didn't see you there. And that brings me to my next point. If my light is off, I'm closed. So don't keep coming into my line when I'm closed. Especially, I have had one time where I put my closed sign up, like it's like a little thing you put on the belt saying I am closed, and I almost had somebody line up right after I just put that sign down. I don't know, people just they just cannot take a hint. Check the balance on your card. Always check the balance on your card before you go into a grocery store, or always check if your checks are accepted in our grocery store before you come up to the counter and have 2 buggies worth of groceries and ring it all up, and then it turns out you only have like $80 on your card, or your check is not accepted here. Please keep in mind that there are other employees that have to put these things back, and they also have other things to do. Like, that's not just their only job. Okay, at our store we have baggers, and our baggers are not always up front. They are always doing something. They are always either getting buggies in the parking lot, or they're stocking, or they're always doing something. But I will always have a few people who will have like a few items, like 2 or 3 items, and they're like, oh, we have to bag it ourselves here. Like, if you're in good health and you can handle putting 3 items in a bag, it's kind of a no-brainer. Please, please, please don't shop while you're in line. If you're not ready and you know you don't have everything, like, please put your whole grocery list and go through it and make sure you have everything before you go in line, because I've had people who have gone in line and they get to the front of the line, and it's not until they get to the front of the line when they start to suddenly realize what they don't have, and they will go back to the very back of the store to go grab something. Sometimes if it's like near the front, I'm like, oh yeah, sure, like go ahead, go grab it. And if there's nobody behind them, sure, I'm fine with that. But if there's a long line of people behind you and you say, let me go grab a few more items, I almost like just apologize to everybody in line, like I'm sorry for that. And it's terrible. It's terrible. Okay, when I'm a cashier, I'm a cashier. I'm not a stripper. So do not throw your money at me. I've had so many times where people have thrown their money at me, or even on the belt. Don't throw your money on the belt. Why? Because we have a belt that goes continuously on a loop, and if you throw your money on the belt, it will get sucked into the belt. Sometimes you cannot retrieve the money because it's actually in the register. Please, please, please don't throw money. Always just put it in the cashier's hand. They have it out for a reason. They don't want you to lose your money. Please don't send your elderly grandmother to go shopping for you, or your elderly grandparents or whoever. I don't care. If they can't tell the difference between a quarter and a nickel, they should not be shopping. I hate it. I hate seeing them struggle to shop. I hate seeing them look confused all the time. I don't know. If it's their choice to go, and if they honestly really want to go, sure, but maybe like send somebody with them so that they can help or something. It's always so sad to see, and it's always so frustrating sometimes too, because some elderly people get to the point where they just don't understand things and they're not willing to accept things. Just try not to send your elderly grandmother or grandfather or grandparents or elderly people to the store, because it's so hard for them and for other cashiers. Do not come up to me while I'm actually doing something and say, "Time to put you to work," because it is not funny. I do not like that joke. It is not hilarious. I hate hearing that. Okay, I get it's summer and all, and people get hot, and people like to keep their money in their bras or in their socks or somewhere that I would just not feel comfortable with that. But please do not give me soggy money. It's just really disgusting. Money goes through so many things a day, and money is already so dirty, and so you putting it in my hand with sweat and God knows what else on it, it's just very disgusting. Please, please keep in mind, cashiers are humans too, so that means we like to be talked to like humans, not like objects. And so, that point being, I've had people in the past who have talked to me like I'm a dog, or talked to me like I'm worthless almost. You know, it just kind of seems kind of disrespectful in a way, just to talk to any human like that. It's totally inappropriate for so many reasons. First of all, we don't know each other. Second of all, when has it ever worked for you using a dirty joke as a pickup line? Cat calls, dirty jokes, pickup lines. Please don't do it. Man, woman, you know, I don't care who you are. It's not okay. It's just really disrespectful. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, if you buy something that's like $2, please don't hand me a $100 bill. If you do have a $100 bill, like if that's like the last thing you have to pay with, please ask your cashier if they have enough money in their drawer, because sometimes they don't have $20 bills to give back to you. And so always ask your cashier if they have enough money in their till to cash a $100 bill or $200 or whatever. Okay, lastly, like I said before, I'm a nice person, so do not yell at me, because odds are I might laugh. I tend to laugh in the most inappropriate situations, and I'm not sure that's gonna go the same way with any other cashier. Always bring it up with the manager, because there's no need for you looking like a little baby, just throwing a hissy fit and yelling at your cashier about your problems and what they did wrong, because it's not gonna fix anything, but it will if you go to a manager. But me, personally, don't yell at me, because I'll laugh and I'll think you're kidding. Probably right after you left, I'll realize you weren't joking. But you know what? You would have made more progress if you just talked to a manager. I think I got basically everything that I just don't like to tolerate, and it would just help if people would just be friendlier and just would understand more and just would be more knowledgeable about what a cashier has to go through every day. I make it sound like it's a super complicated job, and it really isn't, but it is stressful at times. So please be sure to actually like this video if you agree, or if you found it helpful, because you know, some people just don't know these things. Also, be sure to subscribe to this channel. I always try to make new videos every week, but don't always, because I procrastinate, but I always try to, at least. That's all that matters, as long as I tried. Also, be sure to check out my social media. It is BWalker2000 across all social platforms. Also, be sure to use my Teen Hearts code. It is also BWalker2000. You can get 10% off of your order at checkout. So, use that Teen Hearts code, and it'll get you something nice for a discounted price. That was a rhyme, and I'm gonna start using that. Oh my gosh, I need to stop. Okay, I will see you guys next week for a new video. It's gonna be something different. I'll see you guys next week. Bye guys.